lady, 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 won't she be my lady? I'm gon' call you, call you lady, lady. You say lady, lady. If I think you'll be my baby, I'm gon' shoot my shot and call you lady, lady. You say lady, lady. If you're classy but you're reckless, then you gon' get choosing necklace, lady, lady. You say lady.
What is up, SFL Nation? Welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. Really appreciate it, y'all. And look who I have here with me, Mr. Brian Craven, linebacker as well as coach for the Louisiana Revolution. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. AJ, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm so glad that you're back on the show with me.
Mm-hmm.
Been missing you. I have all these panel shows, and I'm missing Brian Craven's opinion on a lot of stuff.
I've been keeping my opinion to myself a little bit more this season, I guess.
I've noticed. But always a pleasure to have you, man. So you guys were actually doing pretty good this season. I mean, finished at 500, 6-6.
Yeah. A little disappointed with the end there.
Yeah.
That I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but that playoff scenario is garbage.
Bruh.
So,
Well, why do you say that? I mean, because I think if
strength of victory. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it out loud. Baltimore did their boy Chad a solid and gave him a win by playing man-to-man defense the entire game. Otherwise, London doesn't win that game, and they're not in the playoffs. So, that was a huge strength of victory thing for them. Baltimore didn't need to win it. They gave it to them.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, you got a team that you beat that's in the playoffs, and you're not. No. But having said that, I mean, we had, 3 games we lost with injuries. We had stars, our best players. It's kind of out of your hands. You got to do your best, and we did the best we could, and didn't get enough wins to get in. So,
Right.
There we are. My first. Well, no, I guess when I was a non-contract, we didn't make the playoffs my first season in the league, but otherwise, so get to just be a spectator and enjoy it that way, I guess.
I mean, yeah, but then you got to think about it like this too, Brian. Like you went and you took over a whole entire team.
Yeah.
And you had to deal with everybody's different plays, the players themselves, as far as how they are on the field, things like that. So it was a learning curve that you had to go through too. And
sure.
Honestly, this just for you to be, 6-6, that's awesome. I know when we first started, we only won like 4 games, so it was like
we feel good about we feel good about that. We knew coming in that we had some guys that needed to progress a little bit to get up to the level of some of the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
The locker room was, people always say their locker room's the best. Of course, I get that. Well, maybe not everybody says that. So, sometimes they say other things.
Yeah.
But our guys stuck together very well. One team, one dream, whatever cliche you want to say. We're all in it together, and for me personally, it was a lot of, I'm getting everything I want. I've dreamed of out of Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Great relationship with Gerald, Gerald and Ross and Mike, and we worked together really well. We got to spend time at the convention together, and for me, kind of cement the friendship, if you will. I don't know about them, but I really like those guys. Hopefully they like me enough to keep me around for a little while. And no, I don't have regrets about that. I mean, my earlier statement is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I'm not wishing I was somewhere else. That's for sure. Very happy with what happened. And I like the plans we have in place. And it's exciting. Exciting to be part of this team.
Exactly. And I did notice that I noticed you guys at the convention, all at the table, the brotherhood, the camaraderie that you guys had. I can tell that it seems to me that you guys are going to be a team, or you're going to be a part of that team for a very long time. Just the
I hope
way
so.
you're kind of meshing together with everybody.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I guess I should have learned by now to never say never. I thought I was with Lone Star forever, but this feels good, and I'm going to enjoy it as long as I can. So
yeah, it seems like it's a good fit for you. Yeah, definitely. About your other statement, I mean, everybody has their opinions about things. That you are not the first person that has told me they felt that way. I will say that I've heard that from a couple people. However, I mean, things work out sometimes the way that they're supposed to. Sometimes, like Eddie will tell you, he meant to take a whole play out the playbook that cost us a game.
Yeah,
there have been many occasions where you just forget to do something or forget to add something, and you stuck in the same thing. Like when I got sacked 5 times last game. There's no way. How did I come from being the least sacked quarterback to getting 5 sacks in one series? So it's just like, things happen, So
they do.
I don't know.
They do well, and there's another component to all this. We don't have. I mean, I don't know how many Xboxes Cam has, but they don't all play the same. And until we have that, and that's not an accusation. It is what it is. I've always got my fingers crossed, because sometimes I'll run 100 sims and I know exactly how it's going to go.
Right.
And then and it goes exactly like I expected it. And they'll have that one that's like, it's that one sim out of 100 that it goes bad. There's no way you can game plan for the 1%, right?
No.
So until and if, I don't know if we can do, we know that every single console is going to play exactly the same. You're going to have stuff happen that you can't plan for.
Absolutely.
So, and I'll admit that's hard for me, because I feel like your hard work means nothing when that happens. But it's what we've got. So, do what we can. But until we know for a fact that we've got the stability of every console playing exactly the same, it's not, it's a crapshoot. Might as well roll the dice sometimes.
And I think that would be something, I personally can't foresee anything that would help facilitate that, at least not at this point, because even when I'm playing GTA, right? I get blown up all the time, and it seems like other people are faster than I am, or their players are, they're doing a lot of things, or they're glitching. So I get what you're saying. Depending on the what you're on, it makes a difference. So
and I think I mean, I certainly hope, but I trust that Cam does everything he can to make sure the playing field is level. So there's not an accusation here. I'm just saying that's something we've got to deal with. And I mean, when I'm coaching a high school game, I know, for the most part, I know what I'm getting into. Everything's out there in front. You can see it all. You can see, if there's something not right.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little bit harder to do. So
exactly, but that's why we love doing it, man. That's why the challenge is there. And like I said, I think you did a fantastic job this season.
Oh yeah, proud of the work we did this year.
So what did you wanted to come on and you wanted to say a little something? I'm gonna let you do your thing right now.
Okay. Well, a while back, it kind of started on Eddie's show, and then I put just a little thing out on my show. And I'm not, at least for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be doing SFL stuff with my show. I'm going to kind of take a break from that. I'm kind of, other than doing the thing with Cam Curtis, I'm kind of having a trial separation with the league as far as that goes. I'm just going to it's my team and my friends, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to be that plugged in. So I wanted to do this somewhere that I knew people would hear it, because I did make a public accusation about Johnny, and the accusation about Johnny Pickler, the accusation was that in the off season, he meddled with my off season stuff by telling, Lone Star originally that I was doing something I wasn't. at that time. And, and I put it out there that Johnny did it, and I had my reasons why I thought so. And Johnny graciously sat down with me, and we did. And I said that if I found out otherwise or was convinced otherwise, that I'd make a public statement that I didn't think he did it. And it's taken a little while to get around to that, just because of being busy and stuff like that. And I realized I'd gone this long without saying something. That's why I wanted to do this. Johnny and I sat down and compared notes and went through our off season and how things went. And this went back into midway through last season as well, just talking about things. And I'm satisfied that he, in fact, wasn't involved in the things that were said. I didn't initially. I don't think I've said this. I didn't initially suspect Johnny. It was some other people in the league that told me that they thought it was probably him. And to my discredit, I went, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense," and kind of ran with it. Everybody knows that I don't enjoy the pro wrestling aspect of Johnny's persona. That has nothing to do with this, and it's not fair. It's not fair to him for me to just leave that out there if anyone thinks that's the case. So I just want to make a statement that I do believe Johnny was not involved. I think the betrayal was actually closer to home than that, and good luck and God bless and all that stuff.
Well, that was really cool of you, man, because some people wouldn't have even taken the time out to do it, and they're like, oh, well, it happened, people probably forgot about it anyway, but it meant a lot to you to even just come and just make it public knowledge again.
Well, I called his integrity into question,
yeah.
and I did give him my word that I would do it, that I would correct it if I felt confident, and so I want to keep my word, and I want to, if anybody doubts his integrity with that, I want him to rest easy on it, because I don't think he did what I said he did. So
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, thank you for that. That was cool, and I'm sure Johnny will be appreciative of it. Actually, he's going to be on the panel this week.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be him, it's Mike St. Green, and Chad.
Oh, the London show then.
No, it's going to be Will Todd. It's going to be, I think Eddie might come through. Of course, myself, Bo Martin Jr., and Mike All.
Okay.
So it's
got some good panelists there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Talking about playoffs. But listen, Brian, I thought that was really good of you to do. And I think that he would be appreciative of it.
It was the right thing to do. So
it was. So tell me, who do you have going in the playoffs? Who do you think is going to win it all, or who do you think is going to go deep? Or I'm
rooting for Florida. I'm sure as heck not rooting for Baltimore anymore. So you can take that to the bank.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm picking Florida.
To win the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, Ryan. So give us your take on these wild card games that's coming up. So on Sunday, October 17th, you got Los Angeles taking on Charleston. Who you got? Or what are your thoughts?
Played them both and felt like Los Angeles was the better team. Sometimes matchups, sometimes matchups don't quite go your way. But Charleston, our best defender, got injured. We were ahead, and then they scored 13 points in the fourth quarter against us, going right at him, at Tank Bennett. Tank Bennett went out, and they scored 2 long passes over his replacement. Los Angeles a little bit closer. I'm going to pick Los Angeles on that one. I think they're the better team there. It's close enough that you never know, but.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
St. Louis taking on Vancouver.
Vancouver.
What about Las Vegas and Queen City?
Ooh, see,
right?
got a lot of friends on both teams. It's going to hurt a little bit. Vegas is interesting. I mean, we've seen it less this season than last.
Mm-hmm.
but they can catch lightning in a bottle and just be like crazy unstoppable sometimes. But you've really got to respect what they've done over there with Queen City. Doug and Cam and I were talking to Queen City in the off season, and they're trying to do. I like their owner Eric. I had great conversations with him, and I've got some guys over there. I'm going to say Queen City just because they've been pretty consistent all season and done very well, and they can usually consistently run the ball. And I think if you can do that, that's a little added. The league right now is more pass heavy, feels more pass heavy. I think if you have the ability to run the ball, you've got a little bit of an added advantage. And so they seem to have been a little more consistent that way. So I'm going to pick Queen City.
All right. Lastly, is London versus Arizona. Speaking of running the ball.
Arizona.
Okay. Why might I ask?
Because London doesn't deserve to be there.
Okay. I thought she's going to be like a ground game. But
No. I mean, they're going to try to run a little bit more. You've seen that in the end, but they're going to throw the ball. Eddie's not going to play man-to-man defense exclusively the entire game and give it to him. So poke.
You do.
So. I'm picking Arizona. I mean, I almost always pick you guys unless you're playing against me. So I'm rooting for you guys. So
I appreciate that, man.
So Arizona on that one.
Gotcha. One more thing before I let you go. So we have the simulation podcast coming out with Aaron Alexander and Ross Napoli. It's going to be awesome. But you have a segment on that show too. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's just going to be the Coaches Cool Awards or Cool Awards, something like that. It's something that I used to do with my show back when it was a little 5 to 7 minute thing and easier to digest than those gargantuan things I come out with now. And and frankly, it's just whatever I think is cool. It doesn't, I mean, you could have, I think I mentioned this before one time when I talked about those. The best example I give early on when I was doing this, Kappa Jones got this 100-yard touchdown interception. It was just a cool play. He didn't do anything else in that game that was particularly special or whatever.
Exactly.
So I gave him a cool award. Kentez Johnson, when he was it Johnson? Kentez. Anyway, everybody's been around those Kentez. He had a game where he was just like, he was doing the 5D of dodgeball. And I think he probably threw like 4 interceptions and lost by 30 points, but he was just like, he was running for his life and doing the dip, dive, dodge, and whatever. So I gave him a cool award. It is just, you can have the worst game in the world, but you put in one play, do something that everybody kind of like laughs at or goes ooh at or whatever, you get a cool award. So I'll do 2 to 3 of those a week. The first show is going to be from this last week's games. But then we're going to be focusing on the minor leagues. And I just stepped down from coaching San Jose. I stepped away completely. I'm just going to be watching the games and having fun that way. And I handed San Jose over to Art Vandelay. Art Vandelay's been doing the work. They're in great hands. Just pick up James Walters to be the DC. Will Todd's still there as head of scouting. San Jose is in great hands. It's time for me to go. So I can just watch the games and enjoy them. And I'll be handing out cool. And here's the thing about the cool awards: if you don't do something cool, ain't nobody getting an award. So I don't make it up like some of these other shows do. I'm teasing Dave, just kidding. But and it's not stats based. I like I said, I don't care.
You just I don't
care if you have a big game. Yeah, sometimes you can throw for 500 yards, but it's not cool. So you're gonna get don't expect to get an award just for that. So but just trying to have a little bit of fun with it, do something different.
But throwing 7 interceptions and still winning the game.
If you do it with style.
I did that. Yeah, Brian, you opened.
Oh, okay. You get a cool award. It's not like there's a prize. I could steal some of Doug's Twinkies and start mailing them out.
I'll take that.
That'd work. Yeah.
Or a lock of your hair, a lock of your ponytail.
Have you noticed that I cut my hair?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be a whole nother show. We're gonna have to talk about that. I miss the ponytail.
About the hair. Well, I mean, if I don't cut it between now and the convention, I'll have a little bit, I guess. But
yeah,
you should have seen the students at work, because they've never seen me. Anybody out in Oregon have seen me with hair like this, because this honestly was more often than the long hair.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody here in Oklahoma, all they ever knew was that hippie Grateful Dead looking thing I had going on. And so when I came walking into work after getting my hair cut, there was some, oh my God, what did you do?
I'm like, what happened?
It's 100 degrees here, man. It's cooler without all the hair. Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
I get that. Well, listen, Brian, thank you for being on.
Thanks for having me on.
You are welcome to come back anytime you want to. We can have some great conversations. I do miss you, man, but I know you got enjoy. I want you to enjoy your off day. I know you got some stuff planned to kind of relax and chill. And
I plan to put my feet up and, I don't know, watch NCIS or something. I don't know. That's the plan. That's the plan. It's been a long week. I put in some overtime this week, so.
And you deserve a break. But before I let you go, you have any last words for us?
Go Revolution. We'll see you next season.
All right. Sounds good. And everybody, looking forward to bringing you another great podcast very soon. But until then, y'all, stay safe, treat each other well. Brian and Stryker out.